Hello, welcome to a very different edition of Houghton and McKay Sunday Discussion. I'm Carl Houghton, the founder of this project, and I've been looking forward to introducing myself for a few weeks. I thought I'd open up actually and talk about the project and what it's all about and how I came about creating it. It's obviously two names, the magazine Houghton and McKay. I'm Carl Houghton, and McKay comes from my grandfather, and obviously I'm a little bit Scottish as well. You see, I've had an interesting culture and lifestyle kind of things for a long time. On the wealth side, I'm an investor. So that's something that always has interested me as well. You might have noticed, actually, me doing Japanese lessons over on the Facebook page. If you're on the Facebook page, then on here. Incidentally, excuse me, that's on Thursdays at 8 p.m. And I used to work as a Japanese teacher many years ago at college and university, and it's something that I've always enjoyed doing. As for the magazine, it covers the, as I said, the and as you probably already know as well, the subjects of culture, lifestyle, and wealth. So literally everything from travel, food, history, all of those different things. And we try to do different articles and look at them a slightly different way. If you haven't read any, please take a few minutes to nip over to the magazine and have a look. The latest articles I'll talk about in a moment. One of them's to do with autumn, and the other one is that I will be covering. There's not only two, by the way, on the magazine. The other one is an interview that's coming up with an artist by the name of Constantine, and his art is fabulous, self-taught as well. But as I say, I'll go over that as well. So what's the idea behind Houghton and McKay magazine? It's designed as, or one of the things it's designed for, is a platform for indie writers and photographers who want to take part. And we've got a fair following. I mean, over the social media world, the environment there's about 30,000 followers, and there's some very nice activity over on the Facebook page. As for the YouTube page, if you're watching on YouTube, it's quite new. I only put it together about a week ago, and for those 3 subscribers that have joined already, thank you very much indeed. It's really appreciated. We're going to have lots and lots of plans. In fact, there's loads of different things. We're going to have a meetup in London once a year, and anyone that's signed up to the Patreon link, I will put the links actually in the videos afterwards. Certainly in the comments underneath the articles. Anyone that's signed up to that gets to go for free, and that's like a mini conference where we'll have some guest speakers in the arts and the world of photography as well, and probably an art house video. That's another thing that's planned for the magazine. For the travellers amongst you, I love travelling, and I've always done that. Can't probably count all the places that I've been to in my life. The most interesting was probably Sydney. I used to live in Sydney, and that's where part of my love of culture and city lifestyle, in fact, came about. Been to many places, as I say, including Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Scotland. Everyone's been to Scotland. If you live in the UK, that is. Most of us have. And Los Angeles, St. Louis in America as well. Not been to the San Francisco side very much. There's hell of a bucket list from all of the posts that I see on Instagram as well. So shall we have a look at a few articles then? You can read along if you wish, and I'll discuss those whilst we are actually talking here. The first one that I want to look at is to do with the arts, and as I said, it's a artist by the name of Konstantin Zeus, and he is pretty good at art. He's a self-taught gentleman, and he came over from his native home place of Greece and intended to learn geology, but dove into arts instead. It's heavily influenced by Greek mythology and history, with themes of resilience, strength, and beauty prevalent throughout his portfolio. Really good work as well. Folklore, Gods and Heroes from the Ground Up. That's one of the titles within the actual article itself. He's based in Scotland, in Edinburgh, in fact, surrounded by an immense concentrated level of arts and culture. Those that haven't been to Edinburgh, make it one of your to-do list items, and you will be mildly surprised and will need probably more than a few days, in fact, to see all of those things. His philosophy is, as it indeed should be, he will go all the way for something that he believes in without being too attached to the outcome. That sounds like he's focusing on the now, and it's a very good way of looking at it. We'll go over some questions on the article as well. His first memory from childhood is one of him holding colour pencils, drawing animals. Putting my hand up, the best I can do in my own artistic ability is to draw leaves. I've not learnt anything else further than that. But we all learn. That isn't something I intend to learn. I intend to look at art, but not to actually do it myself. It's all about adaptation and self-portraiture and autobiographical art. That's what Konstantin is also indicating in his article. Very good, really good article. Again, if you would like to visit these articles, they are written by independent young and beginner writers who want to come into the world of media. So please give them a star at the very bottom of the article. I'm just scrolling through it as we talk, and it's a really good way to support them. So at the very bottom of the articles as well. No need to do it on this one because I wrote it, and I'm not that fussed about getting stars, but certainly the writers appreciate it that participate in the magazine. Shall we have a quick break, and then we'll come back and look at the concept of autumn? I think that would be a good second half starting point. We'll see you in a moment.
Smile for me, I gave you everything. You're the cutest
Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of our Sunday discussion. We're going to be looking at the idea of autumn. It's well upon us in the Northern Hemisphere, and all of the traditional crafts and artistic poetry has arrived with it. A very good article over on the magazine to do with autumn, and this is by a very talented writer by the name of Lily Annis, and she has written about a alternative angle to do with autumn. So mosey on down to the magazine and have a look. And again, don't forget to put your star at the very bottom, because as I said, the writers really appreciate your support. So Lily talks about all the traditional things, and it's very nice imagery as well. Pumpkins, log fires, spice lattes. I don't think I've ever tried one of those. That's on the to-do list as well. Spice lattes when we think of autumn. The actual date, however, of autumn seems to change and become varied. And despite being alive so many years, I won't indeed tell you my exact age. I can't remember the dates. I've had plenty of chances to do so, but I can't indeed remember them. We're talking, of course, about the autumn equinox in September. Roughly, we know, of course. She goes on to talk about the fact that in the Northern Hemisphere, the average person only gets about 15 hours of sunlight. It's precious, very precious sunlight indeed. There's a piece on seasonal affective disorders, or SAD, appropriate acronym indeed. And the popular tradition which is popping up to do with baskets. It's called the Boo Basket, and it's taking the UK by storm. I'm looking at the article as we speak. Comes from America. And you can see it on places such as, of course, YouTube and TikTok and so on and so on. In a nutshell, the Boo Basket is a basket, of course, filled with autumnal decor, sweets and other Halloween-themed items. This is then given to neighbours, friends or family. And the idea here is, once they receive this basket, they are supposed to fill it with items of a similar nature and then give it back. It's like a Christmas box. Yes, as Lily also indicates. It's a very good article. Lots of points in there. Again, give her your vote at the bottom. And how can you get involved? I did indicate this in the channel description. There's lots of ways. If you're a photographer, as you know, there's lots of different posts where very, very nice pictures are put on there, including my own, of course. And if you would like to be featured, then get in touch and we can pop your photograph in the postings and in the stream for you to have a look at. Similarly, there's a group that you can join called Houghton and Mackay Lounge. So get involved with that and you can post your own stuff on there. Only post stuff to do with culture, lifestyle and wealth. Please, no links or advertising stuff. Otherwise we'll have to apologetically remove them. But by all means, post all of your holiday snaps, your favourite sports cars and your pride and joys. How else can you get involved? If you want to be a writer for the magazine, then send an email to info@houghtonandmackay.com. Put together a few samples of your work, links to websites where you have published before, and also a brief bio on what kind of work you have done. What also would you like to write about? Put those in there as well. And as I said, there's going to be conferences where people can meet up. If you would like to support the project, we are aiming to have subscriptions on Facebook, and it will be 99p a month, and we'll try to provide, we will in fact provide lots of different content to do with culture and lifestyle, There'll be walkarounds, live broadcasts of museums and events, cultural events, musical events, and so on. Art house, movies, and lots of different guest discussions. There's going to be a guest appearing on the show to do with art, and more will be updated about that very shortly. Don't forget, let me just check the dates. There's a live yoga session. You may have seen the first one. The next one is going to be on the 20th. It's a Saturday at 2 p.m. I'm going to get the date and I'll put it in the comments. My apologies. So watch out for the comments there. It will be live yoga, gentle seated yoga with Emily once again. And that's worth attending. It's free, of course. And once again, if you can support Emily afterwards. So there's a brief discussion. Hope you liked it. The channel is developing. The lighting in here isn't the best, I will admit. I'm getting some resources set up for that, including a nice logo on the wall there to my left. So watch out for a nice neon logo to do with Houghton and Mackay. More broadcasts, storytelling, live storytelling, in fact, and as much of a buffet of entertainment as we can actually give you. So thank you once again for listening, and every week we'll try and do something a little bit better, a little bit more improved, and a little bit more entertaining. If you could support, the best way to support, in fact, is to give your comments, feedback, and thumbs up if you see these bits and bobs on your streams. Thank you very much, and I will see you the same time next week.